From Johnson Fieldhouse here courtside, once again, we're set for basketball, and we have breaking news. Senior guard Lauren Arenz is out for the foreseeable future as she is down with an injury during practice leading up to this game.
I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I've never dealt with anything like this, so just a lot of questions were in my head, and no one could really answer them, so it was a very difficult time.
When she went over to those trainers, you could see on her face, you could see on the trainer's face, it wasn't just a sprained ankle. It wasn't gonna be a quick, you're back at the end of the night. It was gonna be something different.
You never want a kid to get hurt. This is senior year, this is it. And she's not gonna go out like this. Like, this just can't happen. This kid's been playing basketball for 17 years.
We didn't know if we were gonna get her back, much less if we did, how much we'd get back. Lauren means so much to our team, and for her to be a senior, potentially ending her career, was really tough news to get.
She is everything that this program is about, and we don't get to where we are now without Lauren.
I don't even know if I can put into words how proud I am of her.
She gives 110% of everything she does, and she's just willing to do anything it takes.
To have all this love and support was unbelievable, and it honestly could make me tear up.
Just to see how happy she was, I couldn't have been happier for the kid.
She has grown into this amazing leader who I look up to. Yeah, Stout women's basketball is not going to be the same without her.
So I always grew up around the game. I have older siblings, so they always were playing sports while I was just a baby, so I grew up with a ball in my hand.
Lauren was never given the opportunity to not be involved in sports. When she was a newborn, Scott would be coaching the older kids, and I would bring the twins in with car seats. She has been in a gym since the day she was born.
She'd play everything with us at a young age. Basketball, she played flag football with us. She's just always been athletic, and she's always had that competitive spirit, and she's just been a joy to play with and play against and watch throughout her whole career.
Yeah, Lauren was, I mean, she grew up in a basketball family, so she had older siblings that played. Her brother ended up playing at UW Green Bay, I believe, and then transferred to Winona State, so he had a very successful, college career. So she played a lot of basketball.
She was always a leader on the team. She always played up. I've coached her for quite a few years in her younger years. When she played at the YMCA, her and Carson played on the same team, and I coached them. She played with boys for the first few years, and then she got into travel basketball.
I remember her playing like in the Suns, which is like a league travel team. It was never okay to not win the blue medal or blue ribbon, so they were just super successful. She had a great group of young women that she played basketball with all the way through high school. She did a great job. They won regionals, I think 3 times, and just had a really awesome team, so.
Full circle experience, seeing her from, at the bottom when she was, just barely could throw a ball over her head, to now she's, playing college ball and at a high level. So it's cool to see.
I heard about Lauren, obviously, just because of AU basketball and everything that encompasses and recruiting purposes. Heard about her originally through some Team Wisconsin connections, and her high school coach sung her praises. So we were excited to get to watch her through her AU career and be involved in the conversation of her recruiting process.
I chose to come to Stout because of how amazing the community feels right when you come on campus. You can tell that it feels like a big family. The coaches were super welcoming, so I could already tell that they were some amazing people, and I could not wait to be a part of that team.
Yeah, when Lauren first committed to us and decided to come to Stout, it gives you a smile because you know who she is and who she can be. Lauren is such a consistent person, and I think that when we found that out, we knew that there was no question marks of who would show up. We just knew that the person that she would be consistent and always bring her best.
With Monday's decision by the WIAC to cancel its fall sports conference seasons and championships, many student athletes and coaches are in limbo as the COVID-19 pandemic wipes out a third season of Division III sports.
All of a sudden, once COVID hit, my uncertainties about what was going to happen at Stout and what that meant for the basketball season was very up in the air, and I was very concerned with if I'm still going to be able to go to Stout, if I'll still have a season at Stout.
I think having the COVID year was very important for just how our team was. Obviously, we only had like a month stretch of games, but for those other 6-7 months that we were on campus, we were constantly practicing together and hanging out as a team. So I think that it was just super beneficial for us as a bonding sense to have that season together.
And so that freshman class really united over it. They really got close. They really got to know each other. They really kind of bonded over that hardship fact, which is usually what hard things do to a group, right? And so I think for them, it was a good check to be grateful for the opportunities that we have and the people that you get to surround yourself with, because for so long you couldn't surround yourself with people that you love and care about. And that, to me, to this program, I think is what it's all about. Surrounding yourself with the right type of people and going and doing something that's really special.
Having a full season our sophomore year was just, it felt amazing because I finally got to experience UW Stout in the way that people did before COVID.
I think you felt like you were getting over the hump of COVID. Like it was, we're coming back to normal again. And obviously the girls just thrived, the team just thrived on having the energy back in the gym. I mean, as a family, that's what we do. So to be able to all be back together again, it was fun to be able to finally do that again.
It was good to be able to be in the stands and be able to like yell for her and, you know, cheer for her and her team and see them doing well. And yeah, it was much more fun than watching from a TV screen. So
Lauren really started to settle in, having a full season, having more games under her belt, just getting more and more comfortable in her role. Our team was very competitive that year and started really seeing the potential that our young core had together.
The end of sophomore year, we could tell that we were starting to get places, and freshman year was a huge impact on our roles, and a lot of people were playing that were super young. And so going into our junior year, we were starting to see more and more experiences on the court that we'd already been through before. So I feel like that really helped us excel and push through the tough times because we've already been there, done that, checked that off.
I think Lauren had a massive impact on that run last year that we did, because there was a lot of moments where the separation between the top 3 teams that league was, I mean, it was a matter of buckets.
3 years later, for Lauren's tenure, be able to bring them all the way to the top, be a part of that, that's something special.
Since 2007, the UW Stout Blue Devils are the WIAC Conference champions.
Once we won the WIAC championship, we were on cloud 9. I was thrilled for myself and my teammates. And then because of COVID, I had 1 year extra of eligibility. And then I realized I had a big decision to make. Our friends will come home. Our fields and forests will regrow. Our island is already beginning to heal, and so are we. I am currently getting my bachelor's of early childhood education. I want to pursue my master's degree in speech and language pathology, and Stout currently does not offer that. So I have to make my decision whether I want to take my 5th year or pursue my master's.
I think it was a very hard decision for her because she loves this team and the coaches and everyone so much, and everyone that has been such a big part of this for her. And I think she'd love to play another year if it would have worked for her, and it just didn't. And with her degree and what she wanted to go to school for, it just wasn't in the cards, and that's okay.
She's gonna miss it. There's no doubt in my mind when the season starts back up in the fall, she's gonna say, damn, maybe I should have taken that 5th year. But I think in her heart, she knows that it's the right decision.
Everybody on this team just wants what's best for Lauren, and if that means not taking her 5th year and continuing her education for her future career, I love that. Like, I just want Lauren to be happy.
Even to not take her 5th year, she still made it very clear that, like, she will forever be a Blue Devil. And that was just something that's really special to us and really special for her to leave with that feeling about this place. But I'm still going to try to convince her of it as much as I can. So we'll see who wins or loses here.
I know in the back of my mind I was always thinking about Lauren and what I can do to make Lauren's last year special for her. And you could see it on her face. She was loving basketball. She was loving this team. She was loving being in this community, which is exactly what you want for somebody's last year.
And there is a different type of feel when you know it's your last first practice, when you know it's your last first game. Everything hits different.
They came right out of the gate at the beginning of the year this year, and it was fun to watch.
As a senior who's in her 4th year, her final year, you want to do as well as you can, and I think everybody else wants to do that for her too.
It was amazing. I felt like, well, we just didn't miss a beat here. Look at this. We ended up the season their junior year, and we're just rolling right into the senior year with that same energy. Who doesn't want your senior season to start that way? It gave a lot of promise for what this group was going to do to finish out the year.
And then what happened?
During practice, I sprained my ACL and I had a bone bruise on my tibia and fibula. It honestly sucked. I had no idea what was going on in my mind. I had never gone through a knee injury before, so I didn't know what to expect. All I knew is that the pain was awful, and I was hoping that it wouldn't be something that was going to last for too long.
When she went over to those trainers, you could see on her face, you could see on the trainer's face, it wasn't just a sprained ankle. It wasn't going to be a quick, you're back at the end of the night. It was going to be something different. And I think for all of us, the rest of that practice, there was just a pit in our stomach waiting to find out what Doc was going to say about Lauren.
But for Lauren being a senior, it was really tough. We didn't know if we were going to get her back, much less if we did, how much we'd get back. Lauren means so much to our team, and for her to be a senior, potentially ending her career, was really tough news to get.
You never want a kid to get hurt, and ACL injuries are horrible, and they're long injuries, a lot of recovery. So my heart's sunk. This is senior year. This is it. And she's not going to go out like this. Like, this just can't happen. This kid's been playing basketball for 17 years.
I know that was tough on her. She wasn't sure time frame if she was going to get back at the end. Initially, when they talked about recovery and rehab, she knew, I knew it was going to be close, and I would hate to see that, someone's senior year end that way.
I just wanted to make it back the soonest I could. I worked my butt off in the training room with my trainer and with my weightlifting coach to see what I could do and not push myself too hard, but make the comeback sooner rather than later.
Right away, it seemed like it was going kind of slow. I was like, dang, maybe she's not going to be able to get back. And then when she got towards the end of it, like, she kind of flipped a switch and was like, well, maybe I'm going to play through a little bit of pain, but if I'm not going to make anything severely worse, I'm gonna play, because this is once again my last year, and I think she had the mentality that we all kind of hoped for, that she was gonna definitely play if she could.
There's a lot to be said about just any athlete trying to get back after an injury. And when you talk about a student athlete, Lauren was not only a student, but she was student teaching. So she was trying to work and rehab and do all these things that other people would do in between classes, or when a normal senior had a much lighter load. She was willing to do whatever she had to do to find herself back on the court.
Lauren did a great job of working to get back, and I never doubted her either. She was always in that training room getting rehab, icing, heating, whatever the situation may be. I think she always stayed optimistic during that time, and there was never a doubt in my mind that she wasn't going to be back.
Hello, everybody, live from Mitchell Hall here in La Crosse, Wisconsin. We are set for a big conference matchup in women's basketball between the UW La Crosse Eagles and the UW Stout Blue Devils. Lauren Arenz, the senior guard who grew up 10 minutes down the road in Onalaska, Wisconsin, is returning tonight after suffering an injury that had her sidelined for the foreseeable future.
I think Lauren was so excited to get back. I think it was a relief knowing that she was going to play again, but especially to play one more time in front of her hometown and her family and friends and past teammates, past coaches, was a really awesome moment for her to have. We thought Lauren would be pretty restricted minutes-wise. We thought we'd just ease her back in, maybe 5-10 minutes, really, really light situation.
I ended up getting subbed in early on in the game, and honestly, my heart skipped a beat when Coach I put her hand on my back to tell me to get into the game.
All three of us coaches looked at each other and were like, she's ready. She's gonna be just fine.
It was very exciting because we didn't think she was going to be playing in that game, but we were so excited that she was able to play. But yeah, she rebounded nicely from the injuries.
To be able to not only not miss a beat and for her to know just what we were doing and what we were looking to execute, it was good to have her back, to say the least.
To have all this love and support was unbelievable, and it honestly could make me tear up.
I mean, you could cry thinking about it because it's so poetic. You know, it's a senior who was hurt, who made the comeback, who was able to play her first game right in essentially her hometown in front of all her family and friends. Just for her to have that moment was truly incredible.
She's being escorted by her parents, Scott and Kim. It's my pleasure to introduce to you a 5'11" senior from Onalaska, Wisconsin, number 21, Lauren.
Watching from the stands, watching her senior night, it was, I got emotional. I started to tear up a little bit just because I've been through everything. Me and Lauren have just been through every step of our life, up and down, and it was sad seeing how hard she worked and it finally coming to an end. But that's what happens in life, and she gave it everything she got.
I knew how I was gonna feel, and I kept telling myself, don't cry, you're strong, you don't need to, but I also knew this is it, this is the last time. It's bittersweet. It's the end of an era. Like, it was sad to see it end, but yet so amazing, all of the things that she's been able to accomplish through her journey with Stout.
There wasn't a better way that I could have ended senior night with all of my best friends around me, and they were all so happy for me, so thrilled for me. No matter how many points I did or did not score, what actually happened in that game, all I knew was that they were there, they were happy for me, and they wanted to make my senior night as memorable as it could be. And then we get into playoffs, and honestly, I wouldn't want my basketball career to end any other way.
I'm so happy for her to have seen what it was like to be the lowest of the low, to now go winning on top. And we don't get to where we are now without Lauren.
Just the look on her face. Sorry. Just to see how happy she was. That's pretty cool as a coach to know that she did some of that here, and to stay in touch with her, have that relationship. I couldn't have been happier for the kid.
I'm going to miss being a Blue Devil so much. Some of my best memories I have made throughout my life are with these people, and they have always had my back as I've had theirs. So I wouldn't want it to be any other way, but at the same time, I'm going to miss it so much.
Lauren graduating is going to be a tough one for me. I love that kid, and I'm going to miss her a lot.
I'm going to cry. How much am I going to miss Lauren? Oh, so much. Lauren, you have been everything that we could ask for this program. You have given everything you could.
I'm going to miss Lauren more than she has any idea. It's just, she's so easy to love, and she is going to be missed immensely.
I'm just proud to know somebody like Lauren. I'm proud to be friends with somebody like Lauren. She has grown into this amazing leader who I look up to. Yeah, Stout women's basketball is not going to be the same without her.
Last night was the last time that I saw you. My lifeline, every time that I called you came through. Now I'm